And we are live. Been a while, guys. Hope everybody is well. Before I get started, I'll just wait till a few people jump in. What is today? Today's Sunday, July 12th. We haven't done a live for, I think, since May, to be honest. So June got pretty real. We miss you guys doing the live. I really like doing the lives, actually talking to everybody. So you may have noticed that it is just me today. Tiff is deep in a campaign for a big new client that has been taking up probably the bulk of our time for the last approximately a month. Hey, Steph. There he is. How you doing, mate? Yeah, so Tiff is working on the campaign, this new client, which is quite large. We're super stoked to have them. They have just, been monopolizing time as, these things go. That's okay. So why not? Why not do a live, right? There you go. Crystal, hello. How you doing? Welcome. Steph is lolling, mate. Loving it. Loving it. Hope you're loving the downtown life there, fella. So I thought, you know what, today it's a good time to do a bit of a social media update video. There's been a whole bunch of pretty cool updates from all the different networks, mostly surrounding Instagram. That's where a lot of the activity is, and that's what most people seem to care about. So we're going to go into, when I say we, I keep saying we like it's not just me right here. I'm going to go into those today. I've got a solid, I'm looking at the tabs here, probably 10. There's quite a few. So the last, I don't know, 4 or 5 weeks, we've done about 1 video a week. We got pretty good there for a bit. We were doing 2, but the new client really sort of took over for us. So we're gonna hopefully get back into shooting this week and next week a little more. So if there's anything that you guys want to see us talk about, any topics, anything specific, it's always great to hear from you guys. Exactly, with exactly what you want us to talk about and cover in the videos. We've done a few of the Q&A ones, which are cool, but it's probably, don't want to do only Q&A videos. I find they're not targeted enough for one specific topic for everybody, and all the questions are kind of about a bunch of different things. So we definitely like to, see any great topics that you guys want. We've got a bunch of stuff up our sleeve anyways, but thought I would put that out there. So you know what, I'm just going to get right into it. Let me do the old screen share right here. All right, we pop down. So first of all, let me push this. If I go, how does it work if I do that? No. Okay, that sounds pretty good anyway. All right. This is the this Instagram's website here. Oh, let me get rid of these things on the side because I can't see properly. Boom. No, I want to keep the comments there. Don't want that. I have this pretty cool software in the background here, and it just kind of covers the screen, so it's a little annoying to see. All right, so we'll start from here. This is Instagram's website. So these are some of the latest ones. Because we didn't do a live video in June, we sort of aim to do one a month, just because there seems to be a lot of stuff happening, particularly during this quarantine time where I know more people are on top of the services, and some of the things you'll see that they're doing are in response to that additional interest in social over the last few months. So first thing they're talking about are updates and guidelines for including music in videos. So they're talking about live, which is important. So this is one of the main things it kind of talks about. It's about the rights to music. So you might have noticed if you've ever been on live on Instagram, or say if I guess if you've been on live or used music in your videos, you can get messed with Instagram, Facebook, any of the platforms now. That the major labels and everything can actually request a takedown. They can do copyright strikes similar to YouTube, or they can actually mute that part of the video that has the song in it. So lives, they never used to do that for any of those. For any of the songs you would use on live, you were pretty safe. But now they brought it in so that you kind of don't have a choice, and they're actually doing a warning. Where do I see the warning? Right here. So this thing here. Your live video will be removed soon if you continue to broadcast music you don't have permission to use. So at least they don't just take your live down immediately. They'll let you continue to broadcast for a little bit, and you just gotta shut your music up, which is pretty dope. I think that's a good feature. I mean, as much as it sucks, we know we're not going to be able to get around the fact of using the music, but at least you get warned, which is very cool. On top of that, They're saying there's no limits to things like music and stories. I think that would honestly be, maybe it's a bit of both because they didn't really say, but definitely with the Instagram, what's it called, the music sticker, which is very cool. I love the ones where they got the song lyrics and stuff. That's super cool, and I think you can put the things in the background, but then it's only up to 15 seconds really per story, so I don't think that would break any of their rules. They also saying the greater the number of full-length recorded tracks in the video, the more likely it'll be limited. So they're trying to get you to just use portions of songs. So shorter clips are recommended, and there should be visual components. So recorded audio is not what they want to see on Facebook like they do on YouTube. Like a lot of YouTube has a whole section for that now, which is cool. Bavia is saying, oh, let me just move this bad boy. How to trick Instagram to enable shoppable posts outside supported countries. Probably VPN. I wouldn't have any. We haven't. Do we have shoppable posts? No, we do here, but not every country has it. So, yeah, all I would say is VPN. I'm not too sure how crazy Instagram would be about things like that, but that would be the best bet, I would imagine. All right. So, yeah, so that's kind of cool with the music. They also have their sound collection. I actually saw some DJs on Twitter, I want to say a few weeks back, and they did one of those live DJ sets, and they did it like against each other like a battle, and they were only using the approved sound effects and sounds from Instagram live on their DJ sets. It was hilarious, just to show you how limited what they're actually doing is for artists and stuff in there. Detective Hood, hello, now have I arrived? Any news about IGTV monetization? Nothing as yet. We're going to talk about IGTV. I think it's one of the ones at the end here, but nothing about monetization as yet. They were testing it out only for a few high-end creators, so people probably with hundreds of thousands, if not millions of followers. So I don't think they're at that point. At least I didn't find any new information either on Instagram's site directly or any other site, unfortunately. So that's it for music. Let me move up so many things on the screen. There you go. Okay. Next up is doing more to support creators on Instagram. So this is something pretty cool, actually. So as you guys see here, we're on YouTube Live. They're actually bringing in badges on Instagram Live, similar to the Super Chat here on YouTube. So we are a small channel. We have a little over 3,000 subscribers. But if you're going and talking to someone with hundreds of thousands of subscribers, that means there's arguably hundreds, if not thousands, of comments coming through. So it's really hard for those creators to be able to address every caption, every comment. I'm sorry. So what you can do is pay. Just get your thing. Same as anything on any of these services. Money will get you across the line. So basically, they're bringing badges into the lives now, so that you're able to get your comment seen by the creator. So they've got an example. You can't really see it. If I zoom in, can you see that? So these little red things look like they're the badge, and they'll bring that up for the creator to see, which is very cool. Couple comments here. Brittany Jackson, hey, welcome. Detective Hood is saying, another question, where can I find music for Insta without copyrights? I'm a movies video creator. I need tracks like YouTube audio libraries. So we use one called Epidemic Sounds. Do we have a coupon code for that? I don't know if we do. We do? Is it our affiliate link? Check our link in the description. We might have an affiliate link for that to get you a discount, but we use that. If you've heard any music in the high season videos, it's from Epidemic Sound. So you can either have a monthly pass where, man, they really should give us affiliate for this stuff. You have a monthly thing where you just pay and you can kind of use it as much as you like, or you can pay per video. So it depends how many videos you're releasing. And as well, the other problem, because we have 3 channels that we run, and 2 of them require these type of copyright-free, let's say royalty, copyright-free music. So what we had to do is actually buy 2 memberships, which was kind of annoying. I really didn't love that, but at the same token, we haven't found a better service to give you that variety of sounds. That they've got all different genres. That you won't have to go digging anywhere else. You've got, we typically, as you would have heard, we typically use hip-hop inspired stuff, but I know a lot of other channels use rock or pop or EDM or whatever, and they have all that type of stuff. So Epidemic Sounds in the description. Check that bad boy out. So yes, these are coming. I think right now they're testing So hopefully that'll be here soon for creators, particularly with the influx of lives. So I think this is great. It's been in response to the direct volume of Instagram lives that people have been doing and obviously watching. IGTV ads. So they're introducing them finally. So it looks like they're going to be permanent. And this is starting next week. When was this article? May 27th. Oh, okay. Well, we haven't got them yet, so maybe they're just not out in Canada. And they might still be testing. I guess it's not really saying here. No, it's not really saying. Okay, so keep an eye out for them. It's probably going to be quite, just another thing we have to deal with, another skippable ad. I mean, now they brought it onto the Facebook videos, you kind of get used to it. I think the Facebook ones aren't skippable though, which is quite annoying. At least with YouTube, you got that 5 seconds more times and you can just hit skip unless the creator chose not to, which means they want their money. I respect that, as annoying as it might be. But if you're a smaller creator, you really got to be careful with ads because people might not be that inspired to watch your videos that they're going to sit through a 15-second ad. It might actually be the differentiator between clicking off and watching your content. So, think twice, don't overdo it. Don't go and pollute all your videos with a ton of ads. Question here. Oh, there you go. So Tiff is on the comments here, so in between when working, so she's giving you the link for the Epidemic Sound. There you go. Detective Hood. Okay, I will subscribe when I recharge my credit card. Any free alternative? And will you do accounts reviews in the future? I'm new here and subscribe. Well, welcome. I appreciate you subscribing. Thank you so much. Any free alternative? I don't recall a free one. Oh, there was this one producer that Tip found, DJ Quads, Quads, and he has his stuff everywhere and it just says free YouTube videos. But at the same token, we've taken some of his songs. One of them we got a copyright strike for because it was a James Brown, What a Wonderful World, whatever that, Louis Armstrong, I'm sorry, sample, and it was at the same. If you don't pitch it up or make it faster. So if you don't change the actual pitch of the song or make the tempo go faster, the sensors pick it up. So therefore, we got that. I think we got that video demonetized, or they had to mute that part of it. So it was super annoying. Secondly, other people have taken this dude's songs, DJ Quad's songs, and they've actually released them illegally via distributors. So that means they get automatically in that system where they can be taken down as a copyright strike, even though that beat is 100% free and they're not allowed to do that. So you got to be a little bit careful with the free ones. And we found it was more annoying than it was worth saving the money for. So we just started paying for Epidemic Sounds. Stefan is saying YouTube Sounds. I'm not gonna lie, I don't even really look at that type of stuff. We were using my brother's production because we do music, so my brother's beats was originally what we were using. Our starting theme is one of my brother's beats, and at the end of the day, he just wasn't making enough and the type of sound that we wanted, so then we just found Epidemic Sounds. You could definitely dig through YouTube Sounds, but I would imagine since Detective Hood here is asking, it's probably not I don't know, wide enough or good enough or exactly what he's looking for. So I think you're going to have better luck that way. All right, so that's IGTV ads and one more for Instagram here on their website, ensuring Black voices are heard. So over the last, obviously, month or two, we've had a big focus on Black Lives Matter and all things social justice and trying to get rid of police brutality in communities. So one way a lot of the networks have started proactively embracing this, which is something they didn't do before. So Instagram have released a set of guidelines that they're doing and things that they're actually trying to do. So they're looking at harassment, so inequalities, and probably any of the nonsense that people, trolls and things like that are saying online, which I quite like that they're doing that. I think that's about time. Account verification, so they're going to make verification more inclusive. So I guess that maybe means more Black creators and voices are going to be verified, which is dope. Verification is obviously the number one question people want on Instagram, so I would imagine that would be super helpful to, give a bit more credibility to certain individuals. We have distribution, so about how content is filtered through explore and hashtag pages. So maybe there's some stuff that's biased, maybe it's the algorithm in and of itself. So at least they're looking into that. And of course, they've actually mentioned algorithmic bias as well here specifically. So maybe it's just not being prioritizing content either by people of color or featuring people of color. So at least they're looking into that. It might not be exactly what needs to be done, but it is a start. I think that is great for now. Detective Hood is saying, thanks for that info. DJ Quads. D for dog, S. And the referral link, I will check it. I will try using YouTube audio library soundtracks on IGTV videos. Yeah, try a bunch of things. Like I said, I really think you're going to do, basically put your money up, you're going to have less headache. That's what we found anyway. So best of luck with that. Let us know how you go. Another thing, Facebook for Business, which is their main business resource where they have a bunch of courses and just information on how to use their products, mainly Facebook, Instagram, ads, and WhatsApp. So they've actually gone and released, so Facebook actually released a $100 million grant for businesses, and then they did an additional $100 million grant for Black-owned small businesses, Black creators, and non-profits to serve the Black community in the US. So for anybody outside the US, tough luck, unfortunately, which would have been great if they did open it up, but I guess it, 100 million probably wouldn't go too far if it did cover other countries. So they're doing that. It is over and above. They haven't released how to apply yet. So we've been keeping an eye on this, like how can you apply? It doesn't actually say. You don't have to be on Facebook or Instagram or WhatsApp, so they're still figuring that out. Hopefully they'll announce that soon. So that's two pretty cool things, even though Facebook right now are in a bit of trouble across the board with their ads and who they're letting advertise on their platform. But at least this seems a step in the right direction. Might not be enough, might not be authentic, but it's it's something for now. Alrighty, changing tags. Okay, we're gonna come back to Instagram, Twitter. About when was this? This article was published June 17th. That sounds about right. So Twitter launched audio clips last month. You can do 140-second, which I guess is a bit of a nod to the old character limit. Audio clips, you can actually just record it. I don't really. If I press this, is it not gonna play nothing? Will it? Okay, good. Yeah, it's gonna show you how it's done. Look at that. How's that, eh? So basically, you can say stuff, you can tweet along with it. I haven't seen too many people use it. The first day, I saw a bunch of people using it, and then I think I've seen like one since. And a lot of I follow a lot of musicians, so a lot of musicians are using it just to producers are playing beats and stuff. So I mean, this cool. There's probably some pretty clever ways. I definitely have not seen any businesses use it. I'm not sure what's going to happen with regard to copyright situations, the same as the things we talked about before with Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, whatever. Eventually, I'm sure that's going to be something they have to deal with. Right now, I bet the uptake isn't high enough, but it's a cool little addition. I mean, look, everyone just wants their tweets to be able to be edited. That's the only thing anyone cares about. But at least they're doing it. And it's interesting the way it's shown here on the iPhone. It actually comes up as like when you're playing music or playing a podcast or something. Like it actually sticks around. So they really built it into the iOS. I'm not sure about Androids, but yeah, I think it's a cool idea. I don't love it. I don't think it's world changing, but it's a nice little addition to the platform, to Twitter. And Twitter is my favorite platform by far. So I dig it. I'm here for it. All right, and if anyone tried it, if any of y'all are on Twitter. All right, back to Instagram. It's the only thing anyone cares about these days. I respect that. Now, Instagram is testing a full screen stories display because stories are popping. So what they've done here, if you can see this, it's like I'm blocking. I need to make me a bit smaller. Can I do that without? There we go. Put me in the corner a little bit more. There we go. All right. So as you can see on this right-hand side here, that's actually what stories can look like if you go to see all stories and you drop down and you see the whole screen of them. I think that's great because one thing that happens to me all the time, I get mad lost in the story. Say if I move across whilst I'm waiting for my story to upload or something, and then I scroll again and then my one's disappeared and it doesn't work in the way that is logical to me as far as the way that you swipe. So this is pretty cool that they're doing this drop down and giving you that opportunity. I had never seen the double layers. Of course, it's only been the single layer at the top. So we'll see how that goes. But it didn't say when this is going in. This article was published July 1st, so it was a couple weeks ago almost. So hopefully this rolls out pretty soon. I like the way that it looks. It would make it more easier. It would just make it, I guess, more efficient to view stories, and it'll keep people on the app because you're going through. You're just going to tap each face, whereas they're going across side by side. At most, you'll ever see 5 at a time. it's maybe a little bit more like, oh yeah, I'm done here. But if you can see them all in context with each other, and then you can, I feel like it'd be better for the algorithm too. It's going to keep people in there longer. I think it's very, very cool. Okay, so they're saying it's like TikTok does. I obviously, if anyone has paid attention to our content, I'm not a huge fan of TikTok in any shape or form, which I'm going to get to today. But yeah, I guess they're kind of mimicking that. Seems like whatever is happening, Facebook either mimics it or buys it. So that's how they roll. So look out for that coming soon. I'm excited to see that. All right. Instagram gives all users the option to pin post comments. So I'm pretty sure this is actually rolled out already. I haven't used it myself. I haven't seen anybody use it. But essentially, now users can just pin up to 3 comments, I believe. So you can have them at the top of each post. I would imagine it would be either, maybe something positive or something that you just want the other users to see about your post. I guess you could probably do it yourself if you wanted to write something. You could just do that and then pin your comment to the top like they have on YouTube, which is pretty cool. But, I like the idea of it. Once again, it's not like a world-changing option, but I think it's kind of cool. I feel like there's definitely a use case for it, and it will definitely be helpful. So it was tested in April. Yeah, not really saying much else. So I think it's pretty dope. If you've used it, let me know. Let me know what you think. Alrighty. So Instagram provides new options to manage how IGTV previews appear on the main feed and discover. So this is something that we had. I think we've had this for a while. I feel where you can actually edit the cover and the preview of it. So you can you can add a new cover and you can edit and move it exactly how you want to see it in the square. I imagine now, based on this, that it wasn't everywhere. I didn't know that. So let's share the first 15 seconds of IGTV video in stories. Yes, okay. So that's what we've had. This is what they're bringing in? Okay. Well, we've had that from time. So, because it used to just be a static image of the thumbnail in stories. Now it's actually plays that first 15 seconds of it, which I quite like. I think it's a cool little addition to stories. To stories and IGTV. I think it's dope. Hopefully it gets more people using it, makes it a little more just user friendly and like builds it in better with the rest of the software, which is cool. YouTube, more TikTok. Now moving into TikTok stories, I've got like 3 or 4 about these, which is kind of interesting. So YouTube are doing a TikTok like shorts option, 15 seconds video, 16-second videos. I don't know how they're going to do that, or they must be on the app where they've let some creators have like a stories function. It might be one of the things where you have to have 10,000 subs to find if you're still there. Do you have that on the YouTube app? Because Steph, on your main channel, you have 150 plus thousand followers, so you might, or subscribers, I'm sorry, so you might have some of these functions that the other channels don't have, which is cool. Yeah, the YouTube mobile app and upload as one video, which is dope. So I guess everyone's trying to get on the TikTok wagon, particularly as I get into these next stories. This will make a little bit more sense that people are trying to mimic the functions of TikTok. I'm having word blanks today. Yeah, I'm interested to see what that is. I don't know how many people are using YouTube like that though. I mean, I feel like I go there for long form content. If I want short form, I'll go to Twitter for the captions or Instagram for the stories and stuff. So I don't know. Maybe it'll work. Maybe if it does take off, it'll be something that'll keep people around a bit longer. On YouTube, you watch the longer stuff. You can also watch a bunch of short things. So we shall see. On that note, this was June. Yeah, okay, so only a couple weeks ago. The Indian government bans 59 different Chinese apps, including TikTok. I don't know if we've talked about it here before, but there's definitely there's a lot of connection from TikTok to the Chinese government, like some sort of open backdoor there. It's been problematic from the beginning, and now Indian government actually banned it. One thing I saw around this time, I swear it was more than 2 weeks ago, they had I can't remember if we talked about this on a video at some point, but they had a hashtag that was trending on Twitter. I forgot what the hashtag was, but basically a bunch of people on the Indian App Store went and they gave it 1-star ratings to the point where it pushed the app all the way down to 1 star. And then I checked back the next day and they were all removed and it was back to 4.5, whatever it was. So people in India were pretty mad about it. I think they had some problematic TikToks going out. So there was people that were doing some the misogynistic stuff, violence, just gross things. So I think it didn't really mesh too well with the people, and the government are like, get that out of here. And obviously there's other Chinese apps, so clearly there's some sort of dramas between India and China. I'm not too sure about the political aspect of that, but I thought that was very interesting that they actually requested to get rid of it. But Instagram is smart. Then they launched a TikTok-like Reels functionality in India, which sounds like it's probably something like that, the Shorts feature from YouTube. So Instagram are not messing around. They were probably already doing this anyway, and then they saw that TikTok's being moved, and they're like, we're coming through. I love it. It's hilarious. I don't know how if most people would appreciate that, but because it is a little bit what they did to Snapchat by just taking stories and then ended up making it work better. I'm with it because I don't like TikTok, so I think this is interesting. I would imagine the difference between this Reels function and Stories would be mostly in the video editing, because I think that's what people use TikTok for. I know people don't even use it, but it's essentially a video editing app that allows you to do some pretty cool features, in something that's free. So it seems pretty cool. I thought that was just a really funny move, though. They just went like right into it. Like they get India bans it, like boom, Instagram's right in there. Another one. So amid more questions about data sharing, TikTok releases latest transparency report. So the U.S. government are now considering removing TikTok from their store. Now that is going to be a big one. Compared to India or anywhere else, if the U.S. gets rid of TikTok, that's going to be huge. A huge problem for them, even though they appointed an American CEO to more appeal the product and the company to the American government to keep relations going well. At the end of the day, it's still it's a Chinese-owned app that has strong ties to the government, and it's not optimal. So this is a table they've got here of requests for content removals have seen from Chinese officials. So they're actually requesting to remove like China themselves. I think a request to remove TikTok is seen from Chinese officials. I'm not sure. Like, this is confusing them, because I thought that meant the Australian government, for example, had sent six government requests to actually remove stuff from the store. So either way, though, there's definitely some sort of contention with TikTok and governments. So this hasn't happened to any other app. So whatever the truth is, at the end of the day, the fact this is even happening kind of says it all. It's like, it wouldn't happen if there isn't some truth to it. So very interesting. I'm definitely going to be keeping an eye on it and seeing what's going on there. So I think that's enough about TikTok for now. Instagram launches a test of new Shops tab with selected users. So I actually have seen this with some friends in the States. So this little bad boy here, with the bag at the bottom, you're able to just have I actually saw it in a different place. The one that how just above the feed, there's I think it's IG, like the grid thing, IGTV, and the tagged option. I think they just chucked it in there. So you can set up your shop. It'll be there. It won't pop up unless you have a shop, of course. I don't know at the time. I tried to set up a shop when this all launched via one of our accounts that has merch. So our Craft Beer Podcast actually has merch on a merch site, and I was going to set up a store and just put, I don't know, a handful of the products on there and see what happens. But because it seemed like quite a bit of work to set it up, so I was like, if it's not working, you want to just test it for a bit further through some of the ones that are likely to sell. I was not able to do this function at the time. You could do the tagging and actually set up the Instagram store in the background, so you can do a shopping tag on the products in the images, but I couldn't set up the store. So this was published about a week or so ago. July 7th, so a week. So hopefully it'll be around soon in Canada. If you're in the States, you're probably already good to go. For other countries, I'm not entirely sure. So I thought that is interesting that they're definitely doing that. Another thing they're also doing is testing shopping tags in post captions. So they actually look like this. I'll zoom right in. I think this is dope. So it's essentially like a tag. Instead of tagging an account, you're tagging a post, a product, and you've got the little bag next to it, and people can go straight to it. So on top of actually tagging it in the image, you've got it in the post. I think that's dope. I don't know how they're going to do it, whether it's going to be an app or some sort of other method that they haven't used before as far as like tagging things. So, and it's not saying here, I don't think, when it's going to. So they're just testing it with some for now, as they do, and if it works out well. Okay, small group accounts in the US. So, man, Canada never gets anything first. So hopefully that'll work out for them. It'll come around pretty soon. And finally, this is something more for kind of like the web programmers here. Instagram are doing API changes for the feed plugin. So on our website, we've actually had problems with this for a while. We moved to WordPress about a year and a half ago, and from Squarespace. So we actually had a company make our website custom as opposed to just doing it ourselves on Squarespace. So the good thing about that is that you get more, you can do more with it. Squarespace and the apps that are, let you do it yourself are inherently limited. It's not possible for you to be able to do everything, right? In these things that are created to just drag and drop. When you do WordPress, it's much more difficult. You do need someone with coding knowledge, but you can do anything. So the problem we've had with, I guess, WordPress is that the API doesn't work for the plugins all the time. It worked at first and then it stopped, and our developer had to do a workaround and it got it working, then it stopped again. It's been really annoying, and now they changed it again. So even if you did have a plugin that works, it's very likely it's not going to work anymore, which is mad annoying. So they're saying they're doing it to protect privacy. Only business accounts, Instagram business accounts, will have the likes and comments. If you hover over them, you can see the likes and comments. And the data field is going to be censored as well. So if you're a developer of a third-party app, you're going to have to go and update that for the API. And for someone like us, now we have to wait until a developer makes a plugin that continually works. And I believe for WordPress, there isn't even one, which is really surprising to me, because I heard some crazy stat like 70% of the websites on the internet are made through WordPress. So not really sure where that's coming from, but that was just something to be aware of, particularly if you have a website or if you have to deal with that, then you might have to deal with the API changes. So yeah, that was the main thing I really wanted to go through today. Just give you guys a bit of an update on what's been happening in the world of social media. It looks like there's a whole bunch of changes over the last, 6 to 8 weeks since we went live, and let y'all know. So this week we'll be back with another video. We're going to be filming in the next few days and drop some stuff. Once again, if there's anything that anybody wants us to talk about, let us know. Drop us in the comments, shoot us a DM, whatever. We'd love to hear about it. We're looking to just cover stuff that people want to hear more about. So we will be back on that grind this week. So I just wanted to check in real quick. Just me, like I said. Unfortunately, Tiff isn't here. I know she is the better one to look at and listen to. So apologies that it's just me, y'all. But she will be back for the next video. So that is it. Hey guys, if you enjoyed, smash the thumbs up, hit subscribe below, hit the notification bell so you do not miss a thing. Follow us everywhere at High Season Co. Check out the blogs at highseasonco.com. We drop videos. We used to have a day, but since things kind of got crazy, we haven't picked one day. We're actually onboarding our first employee tomorrow, which is very dope for us. We're super excited about that. We'll be very, very blessed, very fortunate over the last few months that we're in the social media space with everyone at home. More and more people are using it. We've got our biggest client yet last month, which was amazing. We're extremely grateful for that. It has kept us busy, but we are not forgetting about YouTube. It's hopefully things will start to balance out. We're going to get him on board and get him trained up to help us out and take some of the load off, so then we can kind of focus more on getting this content out to you guys. So that is it, everybody. Appreciate y'all. Have a safe day. Stay home. Wear a mask. Let's just kill this stuff. And we'll see you guys in the next video. As Tiffany always says, peace.